Speaking of shenanigans and janky things, what do you think about Monique finally suing Netflix?
What's her husband's name? Vince?
Sydney is his name.
Sydney, you gotta take whatever. Get her, sit her down and let her know she's not doing the right thing. Please. Y'all love y'all two. Y'all are two wonderful people. Y'all both could talk about things. Take the camera, throw it away, throw the phones in the room somewhere else. Sit down with her and let her know she's not doing the right thing. What is she even suing for? A whole bunch of stuff I seen was stuff that she didn't even encounter.
Well, you know what? I was watching another YouTuber, Layla Lynn. Shout out to Layla Lynn. She had like the court documents, and
it was a whole bunch of incidents that they wasn't even with her.
No, the court they have lists of different things on the court documents that apparently the way things went down. She was saying that the narrative spread by the media may not be what actually went down. So I guess the assumption is that the suit is basically like a wrongful termination of employment because, long story short, allegedly, they said that they wanted to do a Netflix deal. So Netflix wanted to do a deal. They said, yes, we want to do a deal, but we wanted to counter offer on the money. Then that's where you get into the wrongful employment, because what they're saying is maybe they did initially accepted with the option to negotiate the pay. But Netflix didn't want to negotiate, so now we're, that's what but I feel like.
But you don't have a right to take a contract off the table if sales don't agree?
I don't know.
I thought that it was the American way to be able to say, no, thank you, I'll take my business elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. But what you're saying is that when they wanted the counter offer, I guess Netflix didn't even give the option for negotiations, which, I mean, if you're given the option for Amy Schumer to at least negotiate, I'm not talking about amounts, but at least negotiate. Why wouldn't you allow Monique to at least
Did Amy Schumer negotiate, or did they just
She negotiated.
And then another thing, though, can't they come back with a countersuit of defamation, though?
That would be interesting, because she was going on a
hard
blitz, boy, talking bad about them.
If you open that door, you better be glad. I mean, you better hope they don't countersue, because that defamation, that was all over. Like, that would be hard.
Which one is worse, defamation or racially wrongful termination of employment based on race and gender?
I hope she would go, but see, both of those are race and gender. She's not gonna win that, because there's Schumer for gender, and then there's other black comedians that got the bag with them for race.
What she's saying is it's specific to her being a black woman. So, and there's a specific term that's used, but I forget what the term is. But it's when you're like, you know how I called you a colorist. Well, there's a term for people who discriminate based on you specifically being a black woman. So yes, black males got paid more. Yes, a white woman she negotiated for more, but now you're not trying to negotiate with this black woman as if it's like, okay, well, you need to be happy with whatever we're offering you type deal. Which, I mean, that's not right. I mean, if you give everybody else the opportunity maybe to at least negotiate, maybe she should have been able to negotiate. And also, she does have the example of how they underpaid Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes is pretty popular. So Wanda Sykes we just didn't hear from Wanda Sykes because she didn't speak up about it. She just went to another network or whatever. Did her special, but I think they ended up doing one with Wanda Sykes.
They did.
Yeah, because they asked Wanda Sykes, well, what made her ultimately do it? She said they moved that comma. Shout out to Wanda Sykes.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what comes up out of it. To me, she sounds like a baby whining. There's too many platforms that keep trying to like. And Monique has so much talent. She'll get that money. She'll get
She
that
has
money.
a lot of talent, but I
She
think
will get that money. It doesn't have. I don't know why she's focusing on Netflix. She needs to just go out and do her. And I promise you that bag will come.
But you know what though, when it comes to Monique, I mean, I might not have went about it the same way, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm mad at her because it's hurtful. And
I think that's the reason why.
she one is hurtful, and two, she feels like she's not heard. And I feel like
But
that's
she
a lot
is
of
heard.
a lot of times that's what happens when, you know, when it comes to Black women and this whole conversation around us being paid less than our counterparts, whether it be white men, Black men, white women. We feel like we should be in a place where we're just shut up and be grateful for whatever it is that we're getting.
No, but there's other companies to go to. Go to a company that isn't like that. Go to a company that does.
She better talk to 50 and see if she can get one on Stars.
Go to a company that champions women, but you're burning your bridges with them too, because O.N definitely champions women.
O.N is also owned by Oprah.
That's what I said. She burns our bridges because O.N would be a perfect place for Monique to have a great platform. They might mess around and bring back Meet the Parkers. Like, who knows? Like, Monique would have, to me, if she was over there at O.N, she would have a big platform.
Shout out to Monique, though. I love
Monique.
you, Monique.
And you're very talented.
I've been a supporter from the beginning. As soon as this issue happened, I felt you with both hands.
I
definitely understand what you're saying.
Monique get some more movie roles too.
Yes.
She does her thing.
Yes.
Monique, I shout you out. You are a legend.
Tyler Perry got that new big studio. Hopefully they can kiss and make up so that maybe he can give her some opportunity.